Minister, you mentioned retiring coal. That, to me, seems to be one of the most challenging aspects of Indonesia's journey towards net zero. What happens to the coal industry? It's an economic mainstay. It's an economic backbone of the country. How do you reconcile what seem to be two polar opposites?
Well, first, I would like to answer and address the issue regarding this carbon market. Indonesia have to start establishing this carbon market because we all know that market is very instrumental in delivering the promise. And that is why we are starting to introduce cap and trade, cap and offsetting, as well as what we call it the carbon tax. We discussed very detailed with our community, especially coal producer, as well as coal power generator, because we don't want to kill the business. We want them to have what we call it affordable and just transition. And that's why we discussed with them how we are going to be able to design the right policy, starting with maybe introducing this market mechanism, and then how they are going to be able to then adjust into a more lower carbon emission, both on coals. This is definitely require a medium-term, long-term plan in order for us to be able to transition Indonesia toward a lower coal. There is an instrument needed, for example, taxation, subsidy, even in this case, and government incentive. And that is now being discussed very detailed with the industry.
Domestically, Minister, can you give us some insight about how the fossil fuels industry in Indonesia has dealt with this, has responded to this carbon tax? Are they up in arms, or are they learning to live with it and adapt?
But first, Indonesia, just like all countries in the world, we are still in the process of recovery from this pandemic. So we definitely have to take care of the economy in order for us to be able to recover stronger and a more sustainable way. Secondly, we discussed with the industry. We explained them the design of our policy, that if we are going to deliver our commitment on the Paris Agreement, 29% reduction with our own effort, as well as 41% with global support, what does it mean for Indonesia? And what does it mean for the energy sector, especially on the fossil fuel based and non-renewable? And then we discuss what mechanism that can be then introduced. I think these are all the communication that we have with the industry, and they really appreciate the government openness and transparency. And then we discuss about what mechanism that will enable them to transform. Because for them, it's basically also that, okay, if there will be new business on the renewable, we need to have a project which is significant enough. Then they will be also then have the interest to invest in that. So basically, this is actually transforming the whole, what you call it, a business sector in Indonesia to see climate change commitment as an opportunity rather than a threat.